Inside the United States, there are some negative views or comments with regard to China, but I also know that many Americans with fair judgment are calling for more cooperation with China. They oppose decoupling and a new Cold War. The China-U.S. relationship, being such an important relationship between two major countries, should not be defined or handled in a way that serves only the purpose of one election. Nor should election be used as an excuse to shift groundless blame to China, undermine China-U.S. cooperation, or pit the two peoples against each other. That is simply short-sighted and irresponsible. Whatever differences or disagreements between China and the U.S., they look pale when we consider the well-being of the Chinese and American peoples and their shared aspiration for a better future. Our two countries, China and the United States, can and should engage in cooperation. The United States is making America great again, and China is pursuing national rejuvenation. These are two historical processes that could run hand in hand without conflicting each other. China and the U.S. are actually in a good position to help each other succeed and achieve greatness together. We must not let this relationship be led astray or brought to a wrong course by a small bunch of extreme forces. At stake is the future of our two peoples. Looking ahead, I think the two countries must first of all work together to advance a relationship based on coordination, cooperation, and stability, which is an important common understanding reached between the two presidents. Specifically, the two sides should move forward in three areas and reject three ill tendencies. We need to step forward to, first, maintain frequent communication between our leaders, as well as dialogue and coordination between the relevant departments on both sides. Second, advance practical cooperation in all areas. And third, promote international cooperation on COVID-19 at multilateral platforms. At the same time, we must reject, number one, stigmatizing China and politicizing the virus issue. Number two, disruptions or damage to bilateral cooperation. And number three, a zero-sum game in the context of COVID-19. Unfortunately, some politicians have gravely politicized the COVID-19 issue. This is not something we want to see. Under the current circumstances, it is the time for solidarity, for working together to combat the virus and tide over the difficulties. It is not a time for accusation and political manipulation.